With 2023 coming to an end, here are my top 5 horror movies for the year 2023. Let's get to it. What's going on in this tray here? So with the year 2023 finally coming to an end, with what we had got offered and shown to us throughout the year, these are my top 5 favorite horror movies. So starting out with number 5, Totally Killer. Back to the Future meets Happy Death Day. 35 years after the shocking murder of 3 teens, an infamous killer returns on Halloween night to claim a 4th victim. When 17-year-old Jamie comes face to face with the masked maniac, she accidentally time travels back to 1987. Forced to navigate the unfamiliar culture, Jamie teams up with her teenage mother to take down the psycho once and for all. Produced by Blumhouse, with Blumhouse, you're either going to get a good movie or you're going to get a bad movie. And in this case, this was a pretty good movie. It focuses on Kiernan Shipka playing Jamie. And Totally Killer was just a very fun time for me. I love the 80s vibe. I love movies from the 80s, hence The Wraith and Back to the Future. The time traveling to the past and meeting, younger parents and meeting just that old culture that we all sometimes think and wonder, man, I wonder what it would have been like, to be back in that time. I like movies that go like that. And also with her helping to stop a massacre that happened with her mother and her friends, her mother friends. It was just a cool idea and something fun and I had a very good time with. The acting was good from all parties involved. The kills were good. And it was just overall a good movie and a fun time. And I recommend you check this one out. Coming in at number 4, I got Scream 6. The sequel to the requel of the Scream franchise, Scream 6 follows our main core 4 of Scream 5. Tara, Sam, Mindy, and Chad. Leaving out of Woodsboro and into the Big Apple of New York City, they're in college now, but they have a lot more to worry about than exams. Ghostface has made his way to finish off the job and kill off the crew. With us actually having a Scream movie not have Sidney involved at all, I believe this movie did a good job in holding its own. With Sidney not being involved, this movie was more able to set up and focus on the story of the core 4. It was able to focus a lot more on Tam and Sarah's story, learn more about them, get more invested in them. This movie, it was a great, great movie. And that opening kill, man, it had, in a washing machine pretty much. You didn't know what was going to happen. You thought it was leading you this way and it ended up taking you that way. And then once it took you that way, it turned back around and took you way down here. That opening kill, it was one of the best that I must say in the Scream franchise. This Scream, he was more brutal. He was more bloody. He was more skilled. Everything about this Ghostface, as far as a fear factor, he had all the qualities. Towards the third act of this movie, it got a little rocky. It started to crumble and fall apart. Other than that, though, the movie was good, except for the third act. If the third act was more cleaned up and better written, I would have to say this could have been the best movie of the year. But you guys check it out. Coming in at number 3, Thanksgiving. An axe-wielding maniac terrorizes residents of Plymouth, Massachusetts. After a Black Friday riot ends in tragedy, picking off victims one by one, the seemingly random revenge killings soon become part of a larger sinister plan. This movie being directed by Eli Roth and focusing on Neil Verlecque as Jesse. Her character was great. She was, Jesse was, you was able to invest in Jesse. You was able to love Jesse and want to root for her throughout the whole movie. She was well written and well acted and played. And she kept you invested in her throughout the whole movie and you actually wanted her to pull through. The movie doesn't lack in the kill department either. With Eli Roth, if you know Eli Roth, you know exactly what you're getting with an Eli Roth movie. And so the practical effects in the movie, the practical effects was amazing. It was no CGI, none of that crap. The kills felt real and lifelike. The action all the way through from the movie. I mean, from that time the movie starts, that first 30 minutes, that riot scene at the mall, at the store, man, that was some good Cornish candy. But overall, the whodunit aspect of the movies, we seen those in the Scream movies and the movie Identity, where you got to guess who the killer is. That could have been done a little better, because a person like me, and I'm sure some of you others out there, if you watch horror movies and know about horror movies, you was able to figure out who the killer was within the first act, the beginning of the second act. So other than that, it was a great movie, and I really enjoyed this movie. And this is something that I'll really be watching at least every Thanksgiving. Coming in at number 2, I have Saw 10. Focusing on Mr. Jigsaw himself, Saw 10 shows John Kramer hoping for a miraculous cure of cancer. He travels to Mexico for a risky and experimental medical procedure, only to discover the entire operation is a scam to defraud the most vulnerable. Armed with a newfound purpose, the infamous serial killer uses deranged and ingenious traps to turn the tables on the con artist. Starring Tobin Bell, this movie is the best Saw movie since the first Saw and the second Saw. And it takes place right in between the first Saw and the second Saw. It shows the mind of Kramer and focuses all on him and the story of what happened to him and made him more of a madman. This movie really shows where he gets that mentality of, if you do bad, you gotta go. Or it's your choice if you live or die. And also with Amanda returning in this one, I love Amanda from the previous Saws. She was the most gruesome, most brutal. She really had no mercy. I liked her. This was a great duo. The acting was great from everybody in this movie. The story was amazing. And heck, this Saw, you actually felt relieved these people were getting what was coming to them. Most Saws, you're like, man, what did he really do to deserve that? I don't think he deserved to get in no trap like that. But this one, every person that was in the trap, yeah, don't get out. We don't want him to get out. We don't want her to get out. That's how it felt in this one. And the kills, this one probably had some of the best kills within the franchise. You had a few of them that was like, yeah, nah. Saw 3 had a better kill than that. But other than that, the kills are on point. You will be very satisfied with the kills in this movie. But it was a great movie, if not the best movie. And the twist for the ending really didn't hit much like a Saw twist, like the twist that Saw usually has. It could have been a little better. It was one of those generic twists, must say. But other than that, it was an overall great movie and a great Saw film. And coming in at my number 1 spot, Talk to Me. When a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits with an embalmed hand, they become hooked on the new thrill and high-stakes party game until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces. Starring Australian actress Sophia Wilde, produced by the awesome A24 studio that is on the move and one studio to look out for different genres of movies. Talk to Me was a great supernatural possession movie. It was something different, and it was something to show you different styles of possession from the typical being possessed in a room, tied up to the bed, the preacher come in, the power of Christ compels you, crap like that. It's different from that. It's better than that. And, the teens in the movie, they had the hand, they will hold the hand and go into the spirit realm. And if they stayed more than 90 seconds, the spirit would keep control of their body. And as they would go on with everyday life, they would see shadows in the corner of the room. Spirits would knock stuff over inside their home. The spirit would just pretty much traumatize and mess with them, for holding the hand too long. The story of this movie was just amazing. From the beginning to the end, and that twist that's at the end of this movie, oh my God, it just brought everything together, and it just made this movie just good from top to bottom. It really didn't too much have a lot of kills in this movie. It was more focusing on the physical aspect, the position, the possession, and just a fear aspect that it was throwing at you. The body horror, it has plenty of body horror, and the makeup for when they get taken over and have the black eyes and or possessed, by the demons. The makeup was amazing. They did really good. It really looked like these people had some kind of entity inside of them. But it like I say, it was more of just a scare feeling of a movie that it just wanted to push out at you, besides the killing and stuff like that. And for this not being a big budget, for this movie only being around $4 million to make, you know, it was my favorite movie of the year and probably the best movie of the year. And they did more with less. So, hey, there you go. There are my top 5 horror movies for the year 2023. Hopefully in 2024, we have a lot more better horror movies, and 2025 as well. And I also have a video showing my top 7 horror movies 2024 and 2025 as well. You guys go check it out. But other than that, smash up that like button and make sure you hit subscribe. And I'm going to try to post videos every week or every other week. And also, remember, it's possible. If you've seen it, I've seen it too.